Morning, dear student. In previous lecture, we will discuss the reactions of coordinated ligand such as carbonyls. So, the nucleophile can attack on the carbonyl which is attached to the metal atom. So, this carbonyl is electron deficient and therefore nucleophile attack on this carbonyl. And finally, the product which is obtained which shows agostic interactions. So, what is this agostic interaction? If we observe, again we consider the example, that is CrCO by 5 and this C triple bond O positive. Then a nucleophile is attacked. For example, here you can consider OH minus ion. So, nucleophile is attacked. So, we get this intermediate, that is CO by 5 C double bond O, and here this O and this H. So, we get this intermediate. No doubt the reactant is 18 electron species. So, there is a 6 carbonyl, it contributes 12 electrons and the chromium contributes 6 electrons. So, total 18 electron species. This intermediate, if you consider this intermediate, why this intermediate will shows agostic interaction? Because if you consider this metal atom, that is chromium, and if you count the electron, that is this carbonyl contribute 10 electrons, this chromium having 6 electron, and this C double bond OH group contribute 1 electron. So, this is 17 electron species. This is 17 electron species. So, we discussed in previous lecture, that is the reactant, intermediate and product must be 18 electron species in the reactions of coordinated ligand. But in this case, if you consider this intermediate, it is 17 electron species and it is coordinatively unsaturated. This metal atom is coordinatively unsaturated, means it is not an 18 electron species, it is 17 electron species. One electron is short and therefore it is not a saturated metal atom, it is unsaturated, coordinatively unsaturated metal atom, and therefore for getting 18 electrons, it will shows agostic interaction with this acidic proton. It will shows agostic interaction with this acidic proton. So, here we can draw structure CO by 5 Cr C double bond O, this O and this H, and here the metal atom shows agostic interaction with this acidic proton. So, if we count the electron in this case or in this species, then this carbonyl contribute 10 electrons, then chromium contribute 6 electron, this C double bond O group contribute 1 electron, and this hydrogen is also contribute 1 electron. So, in this case, if you consider this chromium atom, this carbonyl contribute 10, it contributes 6, this carbonyl which is attached to the metal atom contribute 1 electron, and this hydrogen is also contribute 1 electron to the metal atom, and therefore it is 18 electron species. It is 18 electron species. So, this is the reason why this intermediate will shows agostic interaction, because if you consider, if you does not consider any charge on the complex, for getting 18 electron we write a negative charge on this complex, but without considering the charge, this species becomes 17 electron, and therefore it is, this metal atom is coordinatively unsaturated. So, to get 18 electron, it will shows agostic interaction with this acidic proton, and therefore if you consider this species having 18 electron species and it is stable, therefore it will shows agostic interaction with acidic proton. So, in this case it is 3 center 2 electron bond, it is 3 center 2 electron bond, that is in agostic interaction. So, you should remember, so in this case there is a acidic proton, that is which is attached to oxygen, but Actually, in agostic interaction, the bond between metal atom, hydrogen and carbon, that is the hydrogen which is attached to the carbon, it will shows agostic interaction with this metal atom. It will shows the agostic interaction with this metal atom, and it is a 3 center 1 2 3, it is 3 center 2 electron bond. So this agostic interaction, it is 3 center 2 electron bond, just like borane. In borane, BHB bond, so it is 3 center 2 electron bond. Similar in this agostic interaction, metal, hydrogen, carbon. So in this case only metal, hydrogen and oxygen. So in this case not carbon, here oxygen is there. So it is 3 center 2 electron bond, and to becomes the metal atoms becomes, in this case it is coordinatively saturated, means it is 18 electron species. So 18 electron species, any complex try to achieve this configuration, or you can say that any complex will try to get 18 electron for their stability, and therefore this metal atom will show agostic interaction with this acidic proton which is attached to the oxygen. So this is the reason agostic interaction, it is a 3 center 2 electron bond between metal atom, acidic proton and the carbon atoms. Okay, so in this case 3 center 2 electron bond is there, and for metal atom to becomes coordinatively saturated, it will shows agostic interaction. And if you consider the application of metal hydride bond is very large, or we can say that it is very important in organometallic chemistry, that is we get in the application of this metal hydrogen bond is very important in organometallic chemistry, and therefore it will shows agostic interaction with elimination of CO2, and in this complex there should be a negative charge to becomes 18 electrons. So it contribute 10 6, this hydrogen contribute 1, so 10 6 16 17, and it contribute 1 electrons. Okay, so this is the reason why this metal atom shows agostic interaction. No doubt these all others are pi acceptor ligands, they are strong pi acceptor ligands. This ligand C double bond OH, it is also electron withdrawing group, and therefore this hydrogen is very acidic. So the metal atom becomes electron deficient, it will try to gain 18 electron count, and therefore it will shows agostic interaction with this acidic proton. And the application of metal hydride bond or metal hydrogen bond, the application of metal hydrogen bond in organometallic chemistry is very important, and therefore it will show agostic interaction with elimination of CO2. So this is regarding to the agostic interaction. Why this metal atom shows agostic interaction? Because it is coordinatively unsaturated, it is 17 electron species, it will try to get 18 electron count, and therefore it will shows agostic interaction. If you consider the another example, that is MoCO by 5 and C triple bond O having positive charge. If you consider another nucleophile, that is CS3 Li positive methyl lithium, again this nucleophile will attack and we get this complex CO by 5 MO, here C double bond O, and here CS3. So if you consider this complex, it is 18 electron species. Again if you consider this complex, it contribute 10 electrons, it contributes 6 electron, and this contribute 1 electron, so total 17 electron species. But this not shows agostic interaction. If you consider these protons, the proton which is attached to these carbons are not highly acidic, and therefore this metal atom does not shows agostic interaction with this hydrogen, because if you consider this group, C double bond CH3 group. The CH3 group is electron donating group. The CH3 group is electron donating group, and therefore this ligand, that is CH3 C double bond O acyl group, is not act as a electron withdrawing group, because this methyl group is electron donating group, and therefore in this case this metal atom does not shows agostic interaction. So to becomes 18 electron, the complex should have one negative charge. The complex should have one negative charge, that is this carbonyl contribute 10 electrons, this molybdenum contribute 6, this C double bond CH3 contribute 1 electron and 1 negative charge. So it becomes 18 electron species. It will also exit. So these 18 electron species undergo tautomerism, that is, in earlier lecture we will discuss the charge which is present on the complex, it should be present on this metal atom, and therefore if you consider the tautomerism, so in this case the charge is present on this complex. So if we show like this, then this will goes here and there should be O minus. So we get here CO by 5 MO double bond CO minus and here CH3. So this and this is same, but it is just like a keto-enol tautomerism. So in this case the charge which is present, the charge is present on the metal atom, and after donation of electron the double bond is formed between metal atom and this carbon, and we get C double bond O minus ion. So they will be exit, the intermediate will be exit in two different forms. Okay, so in this case there is no agostic interaction. So in this case we get only this product, the intermediate, or we get final product this. Okay, so the intermediate does not shows agostic interaction. In this reaction the intermediate does not shows agostic interaction because this substituent which is attached, that is methyl group, is electron donating group, and therefore this proton is less acidic, and therefore if you consider for getting 18 electron the complex must have a negative charge. It does not shows agostic interaction with this methyl lithium. So with other nucleophile it will shows agostic interaction, but this complex is stable. If you consider the stability, it is stable. The other complex in which the hydrogen is more acidic and the group is electron withdrawing group, and therefore the complex is unstable, and therefore the metal atom will shows agostic interaction. But in this complex the complex is very much stable as compared to other nucleophile, and it is stable, and therefore it does not show agostic interaction. It will observe in two different form because the negative charge is present on this metal atom. So this is regarding to this agostic interaction or the reactions of coordinated ligands, that is reactions of carbonyl ligands with nucleophile. So the second point which is very important, we will discuss the reactions of carbonyl, that is nucleophile will attack on the carbonyl. So in second type we will discuss the reactions of Paulins. So these Paulins are of two types. One is cyclic Paulins, another is acyclic Paulins. Paulins means the ligand must contain carbon-carbon double bonds. Okay, so reactions of Paulins, a nucleophile may attack on Paulins. So there is a two type of Paulin, one is cyclic Paulin, another is acyclic Paulin. If you consider a cyclic Paulins in which it may be even Paulins or odd Paulins. So if you consider this which is attached to the metal atom, its hapticity is 6 because all the carbon atoms are attached to the metal atom. If you consider odd Paulins, then the cyclopentadiene which is attached to the metal and its hapticity is 5 because all 5 carbons are attached to this metal atom. So in cyclic Paulins, they are again classified into two types, that is one is even Paulins and second is odd Paulins. In acyclic, again they are classified into two types, one is even and another is odd Paulins. So even, in which if we consider the Paulins, that is if it is attached to the metal atom, then its hapticity is 4, that is even Paulins. And if you consider the odd Paulins, that is, so this is only 3 carbon is attached to the metal atom, this is your odd Paulins. So reactions of Paulins, so we are very much interested in reactions of Paulins. The Paulins are two types, one is cyclic Paulins, another is acyclic Paulin. Cyclic Paulins again classified into two types, even and odd, and then acyclic is also classified into two types, that is even and odd Paulins. So we will discuss some rules regarding to the nucleophilic attack on these cyclic and acyclic Paulins. So what are the different conditions for nucleophile to attack on these Paulins? So these conditions or rules are considered as DMG rules. DMG rule. DMG rule for nucleophilic attack on Paulins. For nucleophilic attack on Paulins. So DMG rule. So what are the conditions for nucleophile to attack on Paulins? The first condition is that the complex or the reactant must be 18 electron species. The complex must be 18 electron species. Second important is that second important condition is that if both Paulins are cyclic, then the nucleophile may attack on cyclic Paulins. If both Paulins are cyclic, then in this case the even Paulins is preferred for nucleophilic attack than odd Paulins. So you should remember the first condition, that is, no doubt the complex should be 18 electron, but if the complex means metal atom is attached to both cyclic Paulins, then in that case the nucleophile may attack on even Paulins. The preferential attack of nucleophile must be on even Paulin, it is not on odd Paulins. If both Paulins are cyclic, then in this case even Paulins are preferred for nucleophilic attack. Then the next rule is that if both cyclic and acyclic Paulins are present, both cyclic, so metal atom is attached to cyclic Paulin as well as it is attached to acyclic Paulin, then in this case the acyclic Paulins will be preferred for nucleophilic attack than cyclic Paulins. So you should remember this condition, the complex must be 18 electron, both Paulins are cyclic, then in that case even Paulins are preferred for nucleophilic attack as compared to odd Paulins. The third condition or third rule is that if both cyclic as well as acyclic Paulins are present, then acyclic Paulins will be preferred for nucleophilic attack. Again, the third important rule is that if both are acyclic, Paulins, then in that case is also the even Paulins are preferred for nucleophilic attack than odd Paulins. So these are the condition, or these are the some important rules regarding to the nucleophilic attack on coordinated ligands, that is the nucleophilic attack on polyns. So polyns are two types, one is cyclic polyns and another is odd polyns. Again they are classified into even polyns and odd polyns. For nucleophilic attack on these polyns, you should remember this DMG rule or DMG conditions, that the complex should be 18 electron. If both the polyns are cyclic polyns, then if both the polyns are cyclic polyns, for example one is benzene, another is cyclopentadiene, then in that case the even polyns are preferred for nucleophilic attack. That is, the nucleophile may attack on benzene, it will not attack on cyclopentadiene. So this is the first case. Another rule is that if both cyclic as well as acyclic polyns are present in the complex, cyclic as well as acyclic polyns are present, then the preference will be gives for acyclic polyne. That is, the nucleophile must be attacked on acyclic polyne. If a metal atom is attached to benzene as well as it is attached to carbon-carbon double bond, then the nucleophile must be attacked on the acyclic polyne, that is carbon-carbon double bond, not on benzene. Again the third rule is that if both are acyclic polyns, but in this case again even polyns are preferred over odd polyns. So both are cyclic. If both are cyclic, then even cyclics are preferred for nucleophilic attack than odd cyclic. Then if one is cyclic, another is acyclic, then acyclic is preferred for nucleophilic attack as compared to cyclic. The third rule is that if both are acyclic polyns, then even acyclic polyns are preferred for nucleophilic attack than acyclic odd polyns. So the third rule is that if both are acyclic polyns, then even acyclic polyns are preferred for nucleophilic attack. For example, if the polyne is like this and if the polyne is like this, its hapticity is 3, its hapticity is 2 when it is attached to the metal atom, So both are acyclic polyns, but this is even polyns, this is odd polyns, because it contains 3 carbon atom, it contains only 2 carbon atom. So nucleophile must attack on this even polyns. So these are the some important rules or conditions regarding to the nucleophilic attack on polyns. In next lecture we will discuss some example regarding to the reactions of polyns, that is nucleophilic attack on polyns. Thank you.